why can clients stay invested? The first question we always ask our clients, if you want to go to the next slide for me, Jordan, is what has changed, right? So we're going through some of these market volatility events like we have been, and this is not the first time that we've seen something like this. One of the first questions that we'll always ask is, what has changed? So has your plan changed? Have your goals changed? If your date for retirement hasn't changed, or if you're not planning on making a big purchase, if nothing like that is really occurring, and even if we're hitting an event with a lot of volatility, then usually the answer is no, we're not going to do anything different. We're going to stay the course. One analogy that I love to use with some of my clients is if we're hopping on an airplane to fly somewhere. Now, Mark knows still, he's known me for many years. I don't love to fly, do not love getting on an airplane. But I know, and I think all of us know, that when we get on an airplane, we're probably going to incur some turbulence. Like, that's a given. It might be, next to none. It might be a lot. What can happen when we hit turbulence? Maybe the pilot makes some minor shifts. They're changing altitude. They might even just be saying, hey, buckle your seatbelts and we're just going to ride through this. What they don't do is say, as soon as we hit turbulence, we're going to turn the plane around and go land at the airport that we left from. So I think that also is exactly the approach that we are taking with our clients. We've planned for a lot of unknown events, and we just have to continue to stay the course. So if you can hit the next slide for me, Jordan. This is probably one of my favorite slides. If you follow me on social media, you may have seen this slide. If you've been in a meeting with me, like a lot of you have, you probably have seen this slide. What we can see at the bottom are the years going from even 26 until through 2022. This is showing us any kind of down event of 20% or more. And that's indicated in red, and then the green is going to be on the upside. So what we're noticing here is there aren't that many downside events that occur that are greater than 20%. Definitely far more upside. And so this is where we go back to, it's really difficult to kind of time some of those scenarios and when to choose to get back in. And this is also why, if we stay invested, we're going to see much more upside opportunity than we are having to avoid the downside. Can you hit the next slide for me, Jordan? So this kind of goes through a similar concept. Markets have rewarded discipline. And if we look at investing $1 starting in 1970, going all the way to present time, it would be worth $117. It's obviously magnified if we have more money in the market, and we're investing along the way. But you can see all of these headline items between .com crash, S&P down 46%, 2008, real estate market crash. When we're in those moments, they're definitely very scary. But we know that, again, staying the course is going to usually be the best option for us and for the outcome of our clients' portfolios. Go ahead and hit the next slide for me. So we're doing this with an evidence-based strategy, which we've talked a little bit about before. So our investment strategy is designed with the full market cycle in mind, which is going to include corrections, bear markets, recoveries, booms, and we've stress tested your plan throughout all of this. So planning for uncertainty is definitely something that we've already baked into this. We understand what will be happening when the market goes down. So everybody's always really confident when the market's up, but I think everything gets tested, and what we are already planning for is those times when the market's not up.